The only tool needed for assembly is a powered screwdriver with a Phillips head bit. First, locate the box labeled Parts and Assembly Instructions. Inside you will find all of the hardware needed, including some spare bolts and other pieces. The assembly manual is also in the box, which can be used to identify parts. Assure that the floor is level and clear of any debris. Position the subfloor with the foam side up. Match up the notches. Connect the floor pieces with tie plates using the 3/4 inch panhead screws. Use the rectangular foam plugs to cover the tie plates and fill in the holes. Place the floor base on top of the subfloor. Seams should alternate direction with every new layer. Secure the floor base pieces with tie plates and panhead screws. The floor should fit tightly. Place the panels between the metal guides. Making a tent with the two pieces can help with installation. Begin wall construction by starting with a rear corner. The top side of an external wall panel can be identified by the bolt holes. The exterior wall slides between the floor and the outside metal guides. Slide the panel over to the white spacer. There are 3 different angles in the diamond booth. Assure the angles of the corner metal and base metal match. While one person steadies the panels, another can install the corner metal. The top of the metal should slide over the panels, and the bottom slides between the panel and the metal corner bracket. Line up the holes in the corner metal with the T-nut holes in the panel. Secure using a 3/4 inch bolt. Do not over-tighten, as retaining a little movement can help align the other holes. We find it to be helpful to place the metal panel brackets on top of a panel in a ready position. Align the holes in the panel brackets and secure with 3/4 inch machine bolts. Make sure gaps are closed between panels and install the tie plates, 3 per seam. Install seam fillers hard side towards the exterior wood and push into place. Strips of mass-loaded vinyl and foam are used to form a seal in the corners. Fold the vinyl strip and push into the crack, making sure that the top and bottom are also sealed. Use foam to complete the seal. Pre-assemble the interior corner metal. Keep the bolts loose and leave plenty of space for the panels. Slide the panel into the corner. Tighten a few bolts to help keep it in place. H-panels hold 2 interior wall panels together. Loosen them enough so that the panels can be slid into place. If you're working in a tight corner, it can be time-saving to pull the panel out slightly forward, install smaller panels and corners, and then pivot the rest of the wall back into place, finally securing with some bolts. The door is the heaviest panel, and it should be handled carefully. You can use half of an unassembled door handle to open the door at this point. You will eventually find yourself needing to install either a final corner or an H-panel. Completely disassemble the corner piece and slip the uncovered piece behind the panel. Doors have slots for corner pieces or H-panels. It can be a little tight. To install the door handle, first begin by removing the lever with the enclosed pin to expose the bolt holes. This side will go on the interior of the booth. Secure the 2 bolts, replacing the cover. Doors are factory set, but they can be adjusted if you find that it takes too much pressure to close or if it's not making a good seal. You can find more information about adjusting the strike plate on our website. The ceiling drops in from the top. It's a tight fit and may require a little pressure and wiggling to install. A felted T-bar is placed between ceiling pieces. Just like the floors, you will alternate the directions of each layer of seams. Roof foam installs with the seams perpendicular to the ceiling panels. Place the final roof cap on top, continuing to alternate the direction of seams. Cables help to tighten up all the seams of the booth. Attach the side without turnbuckles to the top of a panel bracket, and secure the opposite end to an opposing panel bracket. If a cable is a little too short, then use one of the included S-hooks. The cables need only be hand tightened. Do not use tools to over-tighten, or it can cause problems like warpage. Skirts and seam strips Velcro on and give the booth a nice finished look. Remove the cover of the double-sided tape from the skirt caps and fix into place. To run power or audio cables into the booth, remove the foam from the cable port. Pass through the cables, wrap the wires, and re-secure the foam. The vent boxes attach with industrial strength Velcro. Place the supply air vent box with the grate in the lowest hole, and the box with the hose attachment in the highest holes. The vent hose has an arrow symbol, which should point towards the fan. The fan attaches with the included zip ties. Simply plug the fan in to operate the ventilation system. It does not need to be turned off. We offer several different lighting options. Our standard lighting Velcros to the ceiling in any configuration that you like. If you have perimeter lighting or flush-mounted LEDs, then the power cables will already be pre-installed. Give us a phone call or an email if you have any questions at all. Thanks again for choosing VocalBooth.com.